story time. Alright, is it good? Alright. Alright.
Oh, okay.
Pipe down in the front row. Alright, in the happy land of E. coli, there are no walls, no barriers. Everyone just mingles amongst each other. No envelopes. And so, one day, Polly, or named Polymerase, is happily just strolling along, and she sees Mr. Template Strand doing all sorts of hydrogen bonding with Miss Coding Strand. And Polly's like, hell no. So Polly walks over, and she goes, on his promoter region, his weak point. And that is at his negative 35, and his negative 10, his prib now box. So Polly's like, duh! And this is at more of the 5' end, because she's heading down to the 3' end. She's pissed. Oh yeah, right? Or the coding strand is not getting a piece of her template strand. So she helps split them, and she puts the coding strand down. She's like, bitch, get away! And she keeps up the template strand. You know, you want that one. But then, of course, we have the background story of Polly, which we didn't get to discuss yet. Polly was first just a little core enzyme, right? She had 2 alpha parts, she had 2 beta parts, and she had an omega part. But she doesn't know what the omega part is. That's like her weird ancestry that no one really cares about, like that weird ancestor, or the weird relative. Okay, anyway. So she was happy, and then Sigma changed her life. Sigma is what gives her the ability to go on the template strand, Mr. Template strand. It opened up world of possibilities. Alright, so Sigma comes around and mated her into a holo enzyme. A horo enzyme. Alright. And yeah, so that's how she can onto that. But there are other hor or enzymes around because of different Sigma events in real life. So, I mean, there's different polys walking around, but we're talking about this poly. This one. Okay. So, onto Mr. Template Strand. And this is right now a closed promoter complex. She hasn't started anything yet. She's just got. And then she starts unwinding it at this Pribnow box. So coding strand is farther down, like, open. But, you know, she still holds on to it. It's not like outside of Polly's stretch, right? It's in Polly. Polly's got everything under control. Yeah, good? All right, hold on. Okay. So, she opens it up, you know, she's now an open promoter complex. She unwound it at the Pribnow box, and she starts putting in some RNA nucleotides. So they're making something interesting now. And so she pairs up Mr. Template Strand's T's with her RNA A's. And his A's go with her U's. Polly's a special. She uses a uracil. And then his G's go to C's, and C's to G's. So we're doing good. Yeah. All right. So they're being happy, putting on nucleotides. She's also adding in phosphates to their little party. It's getting better. So the phosphates are, I don't know why I had the little chuckle in there.
No. The alcohol is the hydroxyl. There's no alcohol.
We'll say this is a type of beer. Okay. Phosphates is a type of beer.
Okay.
So they're really getting fun now. And she got the beer from the triphosphate beer store and turns it into monophosphates. What are you doing over there?
This is just a little funny.
You know, you drink 3 beers, you drink 2 beers out of a 3-beer pack, and now you got 1 beer. 1 phosphate, yeah.
That makes sense.
The sugar in the phosphate beer is ribose sugar. Yeah. Polly's a classy one. She likes ribose sugar. Okay. So they're adding on stuff, and then the Sigma part of her life suddenly melts away. She's being happier with template strand. So Sigma melts away, and now they're elongating, adding on more of those ribonucleotides, having a great time. Up until, oh yeah.
What happens?
Until she finds his termination sequence, the anti-love letter on his body. It was a tattoo of another girl's name.
Oh no, it was at the coding strand?
Coding strand was tattooed on him.
What a bitch.
This was definitely the terminating sequence for Polly. Again, this KL nothing came back. And this was coding strand's name written in an intrinsic termination sequence pattern. So it was like eternally tattooed into him. Ooh, yeah, that was a low blow. Polly, obviously not happy. So she, she's still doing that ribonucleotide addition thing, and she sees this repeating pattern, and all of a sudden the little product that they were making starts doing this hairpin loop, and then she hits the Poly U, which is the final straw, the last little bit of coding strand tattooed on him, and she goes, and so she's so unstable that she's like, no, I can't do this, and she breaks off, and Mr. Templestrand is just like, back to coding strand, and so he conjoins back in with coding strand. They're happy, and Polly just fuck this, and she saw product that they made, the happy product, the little baby, the mRNA, is just like floats off and does its own thing. But of course, that's a whole nother story where the mRNA, while it was being produced by Polly and Mr. Templestrand, we're gonna call mRNA Missy for M.
Okay.
Missy was already starting to make proteins with other proteins. More protein stuff. Yeah, this is just the land of horror. Even though everyone's happy in the land of E. coli, it was a horror. But that translation is another story. And that is the end of Polly's horrorness. Have a good evening.